to reintroduce myself for anyone who's new here, because I just approved another several hundred people this weekend last. Those are my babies up there. Viviana is the 17-year-old, Lewis is the 16-year-old, Alexis is 10, and Weston is 11 weeks old yesterday. So he'll be 12 weeks on Monday, just turned 11 weeks last week Monday. That's 3 months, you guys. For anyone who's been following, I have had the most rough 4 years that anyone could possibly imagine. From the time I was 18 all the way until 4 years ago, I had my own home. My children always lived with me full time. And then they would go with their dad sometimes on the weekends, but they were always with me. 4 years ago, a man tried to break into my house. Police responded to the break-in, said I was hysterical, made my children go to their father's house, and I ended up homeless a week later. That's literally the truth. I've probably literally filed about, I don't know, no less than 100 police reports, maybe even more than that, realistically. I have been stalked, harassed, beaten, bludgeoned with a tire iron, had the back of my head split open with a tire iron, jumped and stabbed by 3 women, and my apartment intentionally flooded twice, thrown out of my house, attacked by random strangers, body slammed by a police officer at 14 weeks of pregnancy while I was laying on a yoga mat in a defenseless position. They told me to get up and literally body slammed me. So I've gone through it, and I am trying so hard to stay positive and focused, circulate my resume all the time, and just be the best mother I can. But it's like, what is it going to take to find some sort of resolution, you know? So the online courses give me hope, because I do have a background. I have a bachelor's degree credit for healthcare administration and a number of various other classes, like the online classes, the marketing classes. I went to Triton College, I went to AIU, I went to College of DuPage for a few credits. I have credits all over the place, but the problem that we're dealing with in society today is that if you don't have the money to pay off your college loans, you can't have your transcripts released. So none of my transcripts are released, which isn't really a problem. It's never been a problem before. I worked at Northwestern Hospital for many years, and you know, they look at your unofficial transcript if they actually need to know that you went to school. But to transfer it to like any like 6-figure career or like get back on a career path or get back into another college to further my education, they want all of that. And it's like I said before, we were really, really victimized when we were outside homeless, because that's when you have no protection. Since we were accepted to this shelter, I have been receiving a lot more opportunity with regards to classes, Bible study, relaxing, like resting, healing myself. But I've always never stopped, even through the most hopeless days and nights, never stopped checking on my kids, never stopped sending food and groceries, you know, to their home once a month in any way that I could contributing, sending or delivering by hand birthday cards or gifts. I would walk 60 miles round trip to go deliver my children a gift, a small little gift, and give them a hug, even if I couldn't hang out with them for longer than 30 minutes, you know, and I would do it all over again if I had to, but I shouldn't have to. And God willing, if there is a God, if there are rights left in this country, if the Constitution means anything, if human and civil rights matter to even a single person with any sort of control or insight, if God is, you know, hearing me, my newborn will be returned to me in the next few weeks, and we'll transition out of this shelter to a family shelter where we will wait for housing assistance, which is an apartment. Now, I've been a tax-paying, you know, citizen. I've been in school. I've been in work. I had a job at 15 years old when you still need a work permit to get a job legally, and I had one. So I've paid my fair share, you know, and if anyone should be able to tap into the welfare system, it's someone who's been paying their entire lives. But the connection in all of this is that I think that the AI integration is intentional, meaning I think that what's going on with AI right now, artificial intelligence, and how it's forecast to be completely doing everything that humans can do in not too long of a period, I feel like this is intentional where I am. How can we invent a robot to collect orders for everyone who places an online order through Pizza Domino's, cook the pizza, take it out of the oven, put it in a box, load it into a robot car, and drive it over to the person's house in 30 minutes or less, or whatever their motto is. But we can't find a way to use AI to classify people's needs if they, God forbid, were homeless and keep families together. We need to do better. And all of those bad things that have happened to me, that's just from 2020 to now. Yeah. So prior to that, never had I ever been like violently attacked. Never had I ever been in a fight. Never had I ever been like, for me, maybe for some people it's normal, like business as usual, to be like, oh yeah, I got stabbed. Not for me. Like, I found myself telling the story to people who I knew and them being like so repulsed and shocked. And I would literally say outside, like, whose life, I would literally say out loud, like, whose life is this that I have to say I got stabbed? What is happening? Like, literally, what is happening?